Hello everyone, and it's been a while. I'm not quite sure what to say. I'm kind of working on an update video, but to be completely honest, I don't think it's going to come out at like anytime soon, just because a lot has been happening, and especially with the whole PTCG live thing going on. Things are quite crazy on my end in terms of delivering content, but there's this Nintendo Direct happening, and I wanted to kind of just record my reaction. I don't know if this is going to be like its own proper edited video. I'll probably just upload this on the archive channel. I think of it, nothing super duper professional, just just I guess me recording my reactions so I can look at it on the future. That's pretty much what an archive is, I suppose. So I guess let's quickly talk about what I expect to see in this Direct, which is not much actually. I have not. Usually I'm like pretty on the ball about like what games are releasing or are rumored to be releasing and stuff like that. But I actually am going into this completely blind. I have heard that like N64 NSO games are like the hot new rumor, but I haven't actually looked into them at all. I've just the thumbnails have been showing up in my recommended feed, but that's pretty much it. So I guess all I really expect is what I expected at E3 and didn't show up, which is to say Splatoon 3. Not Pokemon. I didn't think Pokemon would appear at E3. Did Pokemon appear at E3? I can't even remember. And I don't think so. Regardless, I never expect Pokemon stuff in the Direct because usually Pokemon just does their own Direct, which is true. That happened, right? With we talk more about Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. There we go. Remember the names. I can talk more about those later, but as you can see here, I've only got a minute left to talk. So I expect Splatoon 3. I don't expect Pokemon. I expect Breath of the Wild 2. I predicted Breath of the Wild 2 would make an appearance at E3, and it did not. Instead, we got Hyrule Warriors. So, what else? I expect one final shout out to Metroid Dread. I'm pretty excited for Metroid Dread. I have not played, or excuse me, I have not looked at any of like the Metroid Dread stuff, like other than the initial reveal trailer. I know they've been like releasing kind of like supplemental material. I don't know if they're like dev blogs or something. I don't know. But I have not been reading those at all. I think they're just dev interviews. But there you go. It's starting. I should note I'm watching this on YouTube live, but if need be, I might just pause and then unpause, just to get my thoughts down, because sometimes things happen very, very quickly, and I just make a noise and then like that's it. The thing's already gone. So I'll try my best to. Also, Smash. I do expect the next Smash thing. They like always open with Smash, no matter whether it's a Direct or an E3. I guess E3's like a Direct as well. So, yeah, it's definitely Smash because I'm. Oh, this is not Smash. I was gonna say there's Rathalos, so he's in Smash. I figured they do like a funny cutscene where they're fighting Rathalos, and then I don't know, Rathalos destroys the other characters, and then the new character comes in to save the day. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. There we go. I'm not a huge Monster Hunter fan. I'm just not very pulled in by the core gameplay loop. I did really enjoy Monster Hunter Stories on the 3DS. I haven't played the sequel, just because I've got more than enough RPGs to go through. But
Hello, everyone.
but I do
I'm
know
Yoshiaki
Monster Hunter Rise is
Koizumi,
very popular,
and
so
I'll be
I'm
your guide
quite
for
glad
today's
for
Nintendo Direct.
my many friends who are
What
very
you
much
just
so into
saw
that
was
game.
the first trailer for Monster Hunter Rise, Sunbreak, the massive expansion for Monster Hunter Rise. Our friends at Capcom are working on many new
I'm
elements
trying
that
my
will
best to
enhance
not
the
like interrupt.
experience
I also don't
for
know if
players
the
of
volume is
Monster
okay.
Hunter Rise,
Completely
including
check
new
that.
stories, locales, monsters,
Yeah.
and although not touched on
Well,
in the
realistically,
trailer,
if you're
new
watching
hunting
this video,
actions
you've
and
probably already
quest
seen
breaks.
this direct, so it's not super important what they
Monster
say.
Hunter
You can
Rise,
do that.
Sunbreak, is scheduled to release as paid DLC in summer 2022. Please stay tuned for more information in the future. Alright, let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
Oh, a new Kirby game. I was so expecting a new Kirby game.
Party during the day or at night.
Oh, nice. What's it's
almost
called?
time
The
to
board from
party!
Mario Party
In the
2.
Mario Party Superstars
Spooky
game,
Land is
along
happening.
with Spaceland and Peach's birthday cake, several
I'm kind of
other
excited for
boards make
this
their
game,
return.
to be honest. I didn't
Take
pick
a
up
stroll
Super
around
Mario
Woody
Party,
Woods, but watch out for those
just because
They'll change the board's direction
I bought a
when
bunch
least
of party
expected.
games for the Switch,
Travel between
actually,
two islands and
and
Yoshi's tropical
you
island.
know, with the whole COVID
Toadette's
thing.
got the star.
Oh.
She might swap places with Bowser at the last second.
That is bad,
Party
which means the
day
music
and
will
night
last.
in Horrorland.
The music
That King
for
Boo
these two
statue
tracks
is
will
harmless
as well.
during the
I'm
day,
quite
but
forward
at night it'll
to
swipe
watching
stars
this. But anyway, I
from
was thinking
suspecting
about
players.
the party. I
Need a
can
break
just
from
pause.
boards? Head to Mount Minigames and play in mini.
Okay, I can just pause. I bought a bunch of party games for the Switch, like Ultimate Chicken Horse and Barman, you know, Smash and stuff like that. But with the whole COVID thing, I haven't actually had a chance to play. So I might not pick up, or rather, I did not pick up Super Mario Party. You know, there wasn't any online play, so it was only in person, and you know, there's no in person. But with Mario Party All Stars, is that the name of this game? All Stars, Superstars. They have confirmed online play, so I probably will pick it up.
Mini game only courses. Compete against players worldwide for the longest win streak in survival.
The longest
Or work
win
together
streak,
in the
okay.
cooperative multiplayer tag match. Mount Minigames
I don't care super duper much about these like extra
All
modes.
boards and minigames support online
I don't really
play.
see myself and my
So invite family,
friends
and
doing that,
frenemies,
but
and
I know
get
some
ready
people
for the
very
party
much
of a
so
lifetime.
enjoy extra
Mario
modes like
Party
that.
Superstars,
Superstars,
launches
okay.
on the Nintendo Switch
Not
system
All Stars.
October 29th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. A new RPG is in the cards.
Ooh, I like cards. I like RPGs.
Welcome to Voice of Cards.
I wasn't sure if I was like supposed to read that one. A reckless young man who fancies himself a hero yet cares only for the reward. His traveling companion, a quiet monster, and proud to reach her hatred for the dragon all consumed. Square Enix, I like that.
Fantastical journey to slay a
Love Square
fearsome
Enix.
dragon for honor and fortune. Everything in this realm
It seems
is
more like-
represented as cards, from the protagonists to shops, towns, and environments.
That-
In this
this looks
fresh
like just
take
a
on
regular,
tabletop RPGs.
you know,
You'll
RPG
square off in turn-based card
instead of
battles
tiles
where your
is
skills
cards,
and a little
but-
bit of luck will determine
Yeah,
the
I
victor.
can get behind the like tabletop aesthetic. You know, like you're actually
A
playing
spellbinding
cards.
experience from the creative minds
Physical
of Yoko
card?
Taro and Yosuke Saito is about to unfold.
Square Enix has very recently, I feel like, taken these like
Voice of Cards.
traditional
Wild Dragon
RPGs, so to
Roars
speak,
launches on Nintendo Switch October 28th.
and then
Pre-orders and
basically
free
just
demo
doing
will be
that. Oh,
available
a free demo.
today
I'll have
on
to look at that.
Nintendo eShop.
Basically just doing that and giving it a whole like aesthetic. Like, for example, Octopath
Become a
Traveler.
hero or an
I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause that. Octopath Traveler. You know, it's, you know, technically not. It's not the right word. Like, it feels like the RPG, with the exception of how it looks, it feels like an RPG that could have been released, you know, a handful of years ago or even a decade ago, arguably. But it's really the presentation that I feel like makes like that's what makes Octopath Traveler memorable. And Square Enix has been doing that very recently. I feel like just taking a quote-unquote normal RPG and giving it a cool aesthetic. And so I kind of just, that's kind of what I'm seeing here with the Waste of Cards, whatever, the dragon. I forgot the name. You know, seems like a Square Enix RPG, which is not a bad thing at all. I should add. You know, if there's any company who is very, very good at producing RPGs, it is Square Enix. And yeah, I'm not sure if I like the tabletop aesthetic quite as much as, say, Octopath Traveler. Octopath Travelers. What do they call it? Like 1.5 HD or something silly like that? I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing when I'm looking at this. Anyway, let's move on to the next game.
Absolute disaster of a human being. You awaken in a hotel room in the city of Revachol, devoid of your memories. Soon, you learn that you're a detective and get entangled in a strange murder case in the groundbreaking role-playing adventure
okay. I've never
Elysium,
played this
the
game,
Final Cut.
as you can tell by my reaction.
As
I'm
you
not
interrogate people
familiar
and
with
uncover
it,
clues,
like at
internal
all.
dialogues will begin. To investigate, you'll need the help of the 24 skills living within you. Your behaviors and available choices will change depending on how you develop these skills, directly impacting how the story progresses.
Seems like a fairly typical adventure game. I don't know what it means for it to be a typical adventure game.
What sort of
You know,
detective
like
will you
skill-based.
Disco Elysium,
For some reason,
the
I can
Final
only
Cut,
think of
launches
One
digitally
Live
on
Princess.
Nintendo Switch October 12th.
Is that the name of the
physical version of
game?
the
I don't even
launch
remember.
early 2022.
That
Pre-orders
one's more
for
like
the
a
digital
visual
version
novel.
begin today on Nintendo
In fact,
eShop.
that I would argue that is straight up a visual novel.
Uncover more stories. in
Anyway,
the
Hyrule Warriors. I
game
just
game.
I was gonna like talk about adventure games, but it's probably not that interesting. Let's look at this. I'm not very interested in Hyrule Warriors. Like I didn't play it at all. So I'm not particularly excited. I still have not played Breath of the Wild 1. I've like avoided all spoilers about it. Well, I mean, here I am watching this trailer. Like I haven't played at all. I haven't seen any gameplay of Breath of the Wild, with the exception of like several hours of gameplay they showed off like before it released at like E3 and stuff. Because when we went for like a long time. But I haven't played it. I heard it's like the best game ever. So you know, I've been trying to not spoil anything. Obviously, I do know some things here and there, but largely unspoiled. But I'm not a huge fan of the Warriors franchise in general. Not that I don't like. Well, actually, I just don't like the core gameplay. I just don't find it particularly interesting. I really like what they did with the original Hyrule Warriors. Anyway,
Ready?
where he said
Set,
Chocobo.
Chocobo!
He said the thing already.
Start your engines and get set for a new
I could talk
racing
about how why I don't
Races
like
familiar
Hyrule
Final
Warriors,
Fantasy
or just the
characters
Warriors in
like
general.
Chocobo
But
and Gilgamesh to be the first across the finish line.
is this just a remake of the first,
Edge out the
presumably only
competition by using
Chocobo
drift
Racing?
boost to cut
I've never played
corners.
that game.
Magical stones called Magicites are contained inside items. Collect these throughout courses to cast magic like fire and arrow
Okay.
to blast away opponents.
I think this is like
Acquire
that's a
Magicites of
PS1
the same
game,
elements
right?
to cast even more powerful spells.
Oh, that's cool. It's called like the Econ Racing upgrade thing.
Each
Like, I've
racer
never played that
also has a
PS1 game. I
special
just know it
ability.
exists.
Use it at the
But
right
I mean,
time
they
to turn
ported
the tables.
Chocobo Mystery Dungeon.
Engine customization options will be available, as well as local and
I don't know if
online
this is like
multiplayer.
a remake or a sequel. I just assume it's a remake. Remake is the proper word.
Up to
I don't know why I
64
said port.
players can compete in a bracket-style tournament to determine the racing champion.
Wait.
Chocobo GP races
Chocobo
exclusively
GP.
onto
Okay,
Nintendo
so it might
Switch
actually be like
next
a
year.
new game. But I haven't ever played
What did you
the
think?
original Chocobo Racing, or am
Before
particularly
we show
interested in
you
it.
our next video, we have some news about the last fighter for the Super Smash Bros.
Oh, there we go.
Ultimate game.
Very interesting. They didn't put Smash at the beginning.
Mr. Sakurai,
I
the
wonder
game's
why.
director, will reveal this fighter in the final Mr. Sakurai Presents video on October 5th.
Yeah.
He'll also show you how to use this
Should I
fighter,
talk
so
about
please.
my predictions? I'll pause anyway. I don't really have any like characters I really want in Smash. I really haven't ever since they announced Ultimate. Because they already added like all the characters I want. So at this point, I'm just like rooting for characters like my friends want to, or like characters where I'm like, wow, that'd be cool. So predictions, I don't know. Arl's like a pretty popular niche. That's kind of oxymoronic, but like Arl's a very big one. I don't know. Chibi Robo. They'd never had Chibi Robo. That'd be such a slap in the face. Or maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really like. I don't have any like big Smash predictions. They added all the characters I wanted to. I wanted them to add like a long time ago, pre Ultimate. I don't know. Them bringing back everyone was kind of like, okay, all the characters I want are already here. So yeah, I don't really have like any particular character where I'll be like, whoa, like super duper high. Like that's not happening. It'll be like surprised. It'll be like, wow, they actually put that character. Like when they put in Steve, I was like, dang, the meme is real. They actually put in Steve from Minecraft. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know who it would be, like absolutely shock me.
It's been about 3 years since the game was released.
Has it really
This will
been
be
3
the
years?
last
Holy moly.
presentation about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I hope you'll check it out.
Have we been in this pandemic for a while? I haven't.
Next, please take a look at this.
Alright. I do not recognize this place, this setting. I'm trying to think. Overgrown. I don't know, unless this is like more Splatoon 3, but I don't think they would add another Inkling. That doesn't make sense. I just don't recognize this. Well, yeah, we're in a turn-down mall, so someone from a apocalyptic type game. Overgrown. I'm trying to think. Is there a game like? I mean, there's a lot of games like that, but with a prominent character they would add into Smash. Now I'm disinterested. Kirby finds himself a wash in the new world. Dude, if they didn't like say, "Oh, this is Smash," like you could have totally fooled me into thinking this is a new Kirby game. What? What? Hold on a second. Did they not just say? Hold up. Did they not just say this was like the new Smash character? I guess. Huh. Gosh dang, I was literally saying how you could totally fool me into thinking this is the new Kirby. I was literally like, oh, should I talk more about like how cool it would be if this was like Kirby exploring like post-apocalyptic planet? Because it would tie into kind of my theory, real quick, like 5-second theory. A triple deluxe, the theme is overgrowth, right? It's the overabundance of nature, excess of nature. Robot is kind of like the opposite, excess of machination, right? We see sometimes in, especially like the older Sonic games, right? Like this nature versus machine kind of thing. And so I was really wondering where they would take that theme in Kirby. And this kind of makes sense, you know? It is clearly a futuristic place, which has now been taken over by nature. So there we go. Anyway, my mind has been blown. Did I predict a new Kirby game earlier? I was thinking about it. I don't actually know if I said it out loud or if I was just really thinking about it. Anyway. It's fully 3D. They finally did it, the Mad Lads. Holy moly, they finally did it. Nice. I should probably like explain why my mind isn't being blown. Like I imagine pretty much everyone is having their mind blown like wow, they finally did a like fully 3D Kirby game and all that stuff. I kind of been expecting them to do this for a while. But they did 3D Blast. And everyone always talks about the canceled GameCube game. And I know some people were expecting like Star Allies, before it was released, to be like, oh, a new 3D Kirby game. Or I guess not a new, just like straight up the first, like fully 3D Kirby game. And I kind of understood why people thought that, but I never really thought it would be a good idea for them to bring on, because I don't think it was a launch title. It released like really freaking early. Like I don't think it was like, it doesn't really make sense for them to like release like for lack of a better term, experimental Kirby game. Like it totally makes sense on your newly released platform to release essentially tried and true formula in the typical Kirby game. Like obviously Star Allies was not nearly as unless you're into super tough bosses, in which case Star Allies is right up your alley. Like it was not nearly as good as Robot, but it kind of didn't have to be. It just had to be a Kirby game on the Switch. So to me, it just makes sense that the next one is when they're finally diving into, the quote unquote next experiment with the Kirby franchise, which naturally is 3D. Like they already transitioned to 1.5D on the 3DS. So, and they carry that forward with Star Allies. So it finally makes sense that they're making the jump to 3D now and not with Star Allies. Anyway, rant over. I hope that made sense. Anyway, what's the new power? They always reveal a new power. And it blows everyone's minds. Is it Fox Kirby? No. Okay. Hold on. I wanna... This isn't like Kirby's shiny because he was just in the water. How nice. Graphics. Alright. Oh, they're like saving the Green Lane characters. Cutter's back? Needle's back? I was gonna say, I think Needle's back. Oh, that's a new thing for me. Fire. Ice. Boss battles. There you go. They didn't reveal a new copy ability. That's the name of the term. Spring 2022. Alright, I look forward to it. That's actually going to be here a lot faster.
That was the trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Then, like that's going to be soon.
Game, you can freely move around in 3D areas using familiar Kirby moves. The setting also appears to be mysterious, filled with abandoned structures from a past civilization.
Yeah.
What lies in store for Kirby?
I've always wondered. So I'm not gonna go into
spring
predictions.
2022.
I'm just gonna be like
We hope you'll look forward
recap
to
Kirby lore and then like make a prediction based upon it. Don't bother. It's just like
Next,
that.
we have this
Kirby
to show
lore
you.
runs deep.
Please take a look.
Alright, new Animal Crossing update. Oh, the cafe, okay. I was kind of expecting them to make an Animal Crossing announcement, but I figured it'd be like, we added a new event. Okay, well, now I guess there's they must be adding a lot. They're making an entire direct.
Since its launch in 2020,
about
the
it.
Animal Crossing New Horizons game has been enjoyed by many players around the world. New free content will arrive in November.
What in the world could they add?
In preparation
That like
for its
they need an
release,
entire
we will
direct?
be
Is
airing
like the
an
cafe
Animal
really that
Crossing
in
New
depth?
Horizons
Are they
Direct
adding
in
like
October? In it, we'll go over the content
a
in more
ton of
detail.
stuff? Now I'm just curious.
Please be on the lookout for the air date of this presentation. Let's move
I guess
on
they could
to
talk
more
about the mobile
Nintendo
game.
Switch headlines.
I don't know, but even then, that's like we add new
2
furniture.
games, 1 game update, and lots of fun.
Probably not Pokemon.
4
Okay.
more free content is
I was
coming
like,
to the
two
Mario Golf
games?
Super Rush game. Koopa Troopa enters the fairway as a playable character.
Why did I say 2 games?
Dish out tricky
I don't
shots
own this game,
and
by the way.
dashes
I have no
to match
interest
the
in.
competition. Ninja will also be playable.
Ninja, they're bringing him back. That's a deep
Take
cut, I
advantage of
think.
Ninja's blinding speed to outpace opponents.
I also have not played Mario Odyssey.
2 courses are also being added.
I don't like rush to buy single
These
player.
additions will come
like,
swinging
games,
in as a free
'cause
software update
like,
later today.
Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey will be just as good now
What's
as
this?
they were.
An invitation.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause that to finish that thought. Like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey will be just as good as they were when they released, which will be just as good now as they will be just as good whenever I pick them up. So I don't really force myself to, or rather, I don't really push myself to buy those games. You know, as long as I don't spoil myself, like, it'll be totally fine. Anyway, is this like? This is not Kingdom Hearts, by the way. Like, I expect this to be a sequel to that one 3DS game. I forgot the name of it, but if you know what I'm talking about, that's like it's not called like Disneyland Simulator. That's kind of what it was advertised as. Anyway, whatever. Play the video.
You're invited to live in a magical world with
Disney
Mickey
Magical
Mouse
World
and
2, yeah.
dozens of Disney
That's
characters.
what I thought.
Spend time with Disney friends. Craft your own whimsical costumes and furniture.
Alright, nice.
And explore delightful Disney-themed worlds. All downloadable content from the original Nintendo 3DS version is included. Disney Magical World 2
Oh, is this a
Enchanted
straight up
Edition
port?
soars
Okay.
onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Did they release a second one on the
A beloved
3DS?
Star Wars game is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Or is the second one
Blast
just
off to captivating planets and join forces with
hold on. Or is the second one just the first but with more content? Like, I'm confused. Anyway, Knights of the Old
Jedi,
Republic, a game I've
droids,
never played
and
because
outcasts in this blend
I
of
don't really have any
action,
interest
role-playing, and
playing
adventure.
this.
Will you use the Force for good, or will you be lured to the dark side?
But I don't know. It'll
Choices
probably be a
determine the
playthrough
galaxy's fate in
playthrough
Star
now,
Wars: Knights of
and
the
I
Old
will
Republic,
watch that.
launching on Nintendo Switch November 11th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. There's one thing you must always remember: stay human. This is the city, humanity's last stronghold against a virus that turns people into the undead. In the cloud version of Dying Light 2 Stay Human, you'll need to
Cloud
master
version,
both
okay.
parkour and tactical combat to
I was
survive
gonna say,
in this brutal
you know, we've been
open-world
seeing a lot
action
more
RPG.
of,
Explore alone,
you know, these
or with up to 3 other
high
players
fidelity
online
games
co-op
from like
as you unravel the dark
yesteryear.
secrets of those
But,
in power during the day.
on
Then
Nintendo
plunder
Switch.
the layers of the infected at night.
It's always
Your
nice, you
decisions
know.
will
I
shape
have
the
no,
story,
I have zero
but
interest
they'll
in
also
this
have
game.
consequences.
But like
No matter
actually
where
zero
your
interest in
actions
this
lead
game.
you, there's
But
one thing
it's
you
always
must
nice seeing
always
these
remember.
games come to
Stay
Switch
human.
because I know not everyone
While
has
you're
like
at it, take the prequel
super
on the go in
powerful
Dying Light
PC,
Platinum
or
Edition.
maybe you know you don't want to
Scavenge for supplies, craft
know,
weapons,
buy
and
an
face
entire
hordes of the infected in a
other system
post-apocalyptic
just to
open
play
world.
these
Dying
games.
Light 2
Like, I'm
Stay
sure for
Human
some people,
Cloud version
like, well,
launches on
I've already
Nintendo
got
Switch February 4th,
a Switch,
2022.
and
A
you know
free
I'll pick
demo
up this
will
game.
also
Maybe not
launch
this
the
game
same day
specifically,
on Nintendo eShop. Dying Light Platinum
or maybe
Edition
I don't know.
comes to Nintendo Switch October 19th.
Again, I have zero interest in this.
Pre-orders begin
game.
today on Nintendo eShop.
But it's still nice seeing that.
Utility, morality, or liberty.
Ooh, a new Square
In Triangle
Enix.
Strategy, a fiery
Triangle
chronicle
Strategy,
of
yeah.
war presented in
I was
stunning
trying to
HD
remember
2D.
the name.
My apologies.
Your actions will lead you through a riveting story that changes based on the decisions you make.
2.5D? Was that the name? I think I called it 1.5D. It's obviously not 1.5D. or 2.5
In response to the
HD.
survey about the demo
Whatever.
released in February of this year, the game has been fine-tuned with a focus on
I
elements
should
that
say,
will
I
suit
love
the
how
game's
Square Enix has been doing this
These
very
include adjustments to
recently,
the
where they like
difficulty,
do a demo and they
improvements
like
to
actually
on-screen
take in
visuals,
feedback.
camera angle controls.
Like, can we just
The ability
talk?
to review
Well, I'm not
previous
going to talk because I'm just going to let this keep on going. But like,
and
that's just
streamlined
amazing.
game
Like,
flow and loading times.
that's not the kind of thing. Like, this isn't like, you
More
know,
details
a
are now
small
available on
indie company
Nintendo.com.
where you either join their Discord and like, hey, have you considered this? Like,
will launch on Nintendo
it's
Switch
free in
March
Square
4th,
Enix.
2022.
It's quite amazing.
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
That, like, the player base collectively has a big say in Dread. Nice. Okay, there we go. It's really quite amazing to think about. Like, the player base collectively has an actual say on the development. Okay, hold on. That was like English. I need to listen to the website because that was super quiet. Highest priority is simply to survive. I didn't quite hear before what the computer said before that. I assume that's like the artificial CO, like in Fusion. You know, where you've got your purple line CO. Forget the name.
There may be a very small opportunity to escape. Don't let your guard down.
Something about opportunity to escape. I just can't understand. Kraid is back because, of course, he is. Well, that was a new ability where you like blinked. Chozo. Oh yeah, I will say that. Like, I talked about how I'm not following like any of the like devlog things. I did hear one of them, which is apparently they just like casually revealed that the Chozo aren't extinct. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of, you know, very, very important to the lore. Yeah. Anyway, that just reminded me of that. That's the one like major spoiler I've heard. Although that doesn't sound to me so much as a spoiler as it is a retcon. Well, I guess now the like secret, or I forget what they're called with Samus Returns on the 3DS. When you beat the game, you get like a bunch of photos, and I think you get more when you 100% it. And there's one of like the Chozo. I just assumed that was like pre the events of Metroid, but I guess that could now be interpreted as them teasing that Chozo aren't dead. Oops. The last bit was kind of scary. You know, I very much so.
Baron, the most powerful bounty hunter in the galaxy, embarks on a new mission to the uncharted planet ZDR.
ZDR.
Objectives?
Okay.
Confirm whether the deadly X-parasite still exists, and figure out why the Emmy research robots in search of it have mysteriously gone dark.
Ooh. I think I might know why.
Early
I think
readings reveal that planet ZDR is divided into multiple environments.
I'm super excited for this
With its
game.
own elements
Samus Returns was done
and organisms.
very, very well. It's a very good game.
Remnants
It's like very.
of the mighty Chozo civilization
I-
are
I-
also
I'm not sure if
scattered
polished
throughout,
is the right
including
word.
Evidence that the Chozo may have once called the planet their home. Visit Metroid.Nintendo.com to read Metroid Dread Report Volume 8 for a detailed account
Yeah,
of the
it was
terrain
fine, yeah.
and life forms you may encounter in the Metroid Dread game. Be sure to view the other Metroid Dread reports there as well.
Yeah, these are the things I was talking
Prepare
about.
yourself for the dangers that lie ahead.
Metroid Dread.
I guess the Chozo being
launches on
back is like
Nintendo Switch
a huge
October
part.
8th.
They said this like
Pre-orders
might
are
be
available
the
now
previous
on
home.
Nintendo eShop.
I thought
How was that?
Zevis was like
Up next, we
canonically
have
their home.
news
I
about
guess that was
Nintendo
just like
Switch Online.
their second home. I don't know.
Many people have been using Nintendo Switch Online
Anyway,
since it
this is
launched
the-
in September 2018. In addition to the current membership, we'll be adding a new membership plan.
New content with a new membership plan. I don't know if new is...
As a part of this new plan's content...
New membership plan. Anyway, yeah, they added in 64. Oh, Mario 64, dang. Why did I pay a third of $60, which is $20, to play Mario 3D All-Stars? No, I did not buy 3D All-Stars for Mario 64. But, yeah, new membership plan. Is there going to be like an SO Plus version, and you need the Plus version to play in 64 games? I don't know. That's the takeaway for me.
The Nintendo 64
oh, Mario 64 though is trying
25 years ago.
Pretty good.
The system gave many players
I'm not super duper excited by N64 games. I don't know if I made that apparent or not. If I even said it before, but in my opinion, most N64 games straight up just did not age well, like at all. Like some are just an absolute chore to go back to. Yeah. I don't know, I'm not super duper. That's how I've played. There's also not a whole lot of N64 games. I feel like I've played all the big ones already.
Gaming experiences, as well as intense
Mario
four-player
Kart 64.
multiplayer action.
Okay.
With Nintendo Switch, up to 4 people can play
Tennis
select
is-
Nintendo 64
tennis
games
is
locally
okay.
or online. Also, with this new membership
I'm
plan,
very much so not
in
hyped
addition
for
to
Mario
the
Kart
Nintendo
64. It's
64
just like
games,
the most basic. Oh wait, whoa, hold on. That's very new.
you can play a collection of games from Sega's Genesis system.
Holy moly. Wait,
This
this is
means
like
you'll be-
actually really big. This opens the door to so much. Echo Dolphin. Dude, if they show Rise Star, I'm probably not gonna freak out because I mean it would just be really
Be able
cool.
to play these classic games.
I've been thinking of it extending the right. There'll be a music update. Unlike the actual channel update, there will be a music channel update coming very soon. I actually talk about extending Rise Star. Not talk about it like I give it its own speech, but I do mention I'm going to be extending that soundtrack soon. So that will be really nicely timed.
games whenever and wherever you'd like. The new plan will include
If it comes
all
with
elements of
online,
the
though,
base Nintendo
say
Switch
there are like
online membership,
some
as well
good
as the
Sega
ability
Genesis
to play
games.
the included Nintendo 64 and Genesis games. This is Nintendo Switch Online
Expansion.
plus expansion pack.
Okay, how much does it cost though? That's what we really want to hear.
This new membership plan will be added in late October.
In October, so they probably won't tell us at all how much it costs.
Of course, you'll still be able to continue using the existing plans.
Yeah, I don't care about N64.
Also,
I'm trying to
those
think
who
like,
have an exist-
what could they possibly add? Like, what N64 game, being able to play it on the go or online, makes you want to go, yes, we need to buy this. Probably only Panel 64. Like, if that gets released, holy moly, could you imagine? That'd be like beyond huge. That'd be like, well, you know, it's not the most popular game, but like that'd be super huge. I don't know, Pokemon Puzzle League. So we would play that instead of the SNES version at IRL tournaments. I don't know. The original Mario parties? But they wouldn't do that, right? Maybe like long after Superstars? Mario Party Superstars isn't released? I don't know. Like Yoshi's Story is pretty cool. I like Yoshi's Story. Just kind of a chill and easy game. Unless you try and eat all the melons, in which case it's very much so not chill. Bomberman Hero? I don't know. I'm trying to think of like N64 games that like really make me wanna. I just can't, like, unless they just released unreleased stuff like Panapon 64. I'm sure there's a ton of other N64 games that never saw the light of day. Yeah, I'm not super duper excited for N64 games. Sega Genesis games is pretty cool though. There's only a couple of Genesis games, but I'm like, wow, that'd be really cool. Like Rice Star. Rice Star's fun. I like Rice Star. Puyo Puyo's already on Switch. Actually, there aren't that many Genesis games I'm like that excited for. I'm mostly just thinking of extending Rice Star's soundtrack. That's pretty much what's carrying the hype. I don't know. Maybe once we actually have it, like, I can be more excited. But so I don't like. I'm already excited with NSO. Like, I'm more than happy with NSO as it is.
Release date and pricing information. For now, however,
anyway, he said pricing
like
information when
we'll
wasn't
share
paying
more
attention.
details about this new membership plan at a later time.
At a later
including
time,
the
okay.
exact release date and pricing information. For now, however, we'd like to announce the games that will be available when
Yeah,
it launches.
I don't know. N64 controller.
You'll be
Oh
able
wait,
to
hold on. These are this is the starting line. So Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi Story, Ocarina of Time, Winback. I've never heard of Winback actually, or I probably have. I've never played it. Mario Tennis, Mario 64, Dr. Mario 64 is like actually, because presumably all these will have 4-player. Well, obviously, Mario 64, Zelda, and Yoshi Story do not have multiplayer, but like 4-player Dr. Mario is like, that's like really neat. It's like really cool. But I don't know. Is really cool gonna be worth the extra money? I
Play
don't
the
know.
Nintendo 64 game shown here.
This is another thing about. Hey, there we go, Rice Star. That's another thing about the N64. Most of like the library there are like multiplayer games, and very very few multiplayer games are worth playing today. Like sure, Mario Kart 64. I don't know, Mario Kart 64 like it's not a bad game. It's just so basic, especially like why would you ever go back to Mario Kart 64? You can play literally any other Mario Kart that released after it, other than like GBA. Maybe don't play the GBA game, but like, why? I don't know. Anyway, Fantasy Star, Rice Star, Bean Machine. I don't know. I guess that means because obviously they collaborated with Sega pretty heavily on this, and I wonder if that means they'll bring Kirby's Avalanche to Super Nintendo. Because my understanding is the only reason that didn't get re-released is the reason why it never gets re-released, which is because Compile, and presumably now Sega owns the rights to that. But I mean, if they're perfectly fine with letting these games be on Nintendo Switch, I don't know. I may as well say no, because technically you can't play Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine unless you get the expansion pass or whatever it was called. Whereas if it released on Kirby's Avalanche released on SNES online, technically you can play quote unquote the same game. But I don't know. No original Sonic is kind of interesting here. Like, you kind of think that that'd be a given. And this is a very interesting lineup. I'm very happy Rice Star is here, though.
As well as these Genesis games.
I mean, it all comes down to
continue
cost.
adding more Nintendo 64 games such as
If
The
it's like-
Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and
Oh, F-Zero X would be pretty
as well as
cool.
other Nintendo 64 and Genesis games
Snap?
going forward.
I don't like Snap. It's like my unpopular opinion. Kirby 64 is really... Oh, actually, Paper Mario has not aged terribly at all. Like I would argue, you know, obviously it's a bit dated, but on a fundamental level, and just on a visual level, like Paper Mario, you know, it's not in HD. That's really it. But like the paper aesthetic makes the game, I think, visually age a lot better. That's also a huge reason why I think a whole lot of the N64 games have not aged well. They actually look terrible. Like there's no way around it. Like Kirby 64 is gonna be chonky as heck. But also there aren't a whole lot of Kirby games like Crystal Shards. Well, that's not true actually. I would argue Kirby 64 kind of takes the like 2.5D platformer. It's kind of like the start, right? But yeah, I'm trying. There was one more game I wanted to talk about. F-Zero X is pretty cool, just because F-Zero is underrated in general. I don't like Pokemon Snap. I don't think it's as great of a game as everyone says it is. I see it as like giving more context to the world of Pokemon. Like I'm sure when Pokemon Snap released, like the games don't really tell you much about the Pokemon and how they are and how they live and stuff like that. So your only other outlet is probably just the anime. So Pokemon Snap like gives you a little bit of insight into how Pokemon act, which I'm sure it worked in like 1999 or whenever Pokemon Snap released. But I see no reason to play Pokemon Snap. I don't know. I'm also just not a big fan of the core gameplay of like taking pictures of Pokemon. But what was one game here I wanted to talk about? Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, that's another big one. Because Microsoft owns the rights to Banjo-Kazooie. I know, you know, just because it's a competitor, so to speak, doesn't mean that collaborations like this can't happen. I mean, they put Steve into Minecraft, right? But it's nice to be able to play Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie is another game that like everyone says is like one of the best platformers of all time. It's not. It's really not. It's still a good game though. I would still recommend checking it out if you have not played it. But I really just don't think it's the best game ever. Anyway,
Furthermore, we've prepared Nintendo 64.
I guess that is my final opinion, right? It's cool, but I'm not like over the moon excited for N64 and Genesis games. Whether or not I get these will just come down to the price, you know. And this is already like fairly cheap in my opinion. Like I know people like to berate NSO. And that's what people get for like I don't how do I word this without sounding like an absolute jerk? A lot of the people who are not happy with NSO are the people who have already played every single game that has been released on NSO. I think that's a good way to play it. Like, sure, you grew up playing all these NES. I can get behind hating NES games. Most of them are just absolute garbage, but like maybe you grew up playing some NES games, or SNES games, but like NSO was my first time playing a lot of Super Nintendo games. NES, some of them were just like, yeah, I'll just move on. But there were a couple like really, really good ones on Super Nintendo Online. And I think NSO is already worth it as is, so it's gonna depend on the price. You know, if it's like $5 more a year, oh, I might pick it up, yeah. But if it's like, you know, a lot bigger, oh, I probably should put in full screen this entire time. If it's like really expensive, like I'm not bothering. Like I'm just gonna
Genesis
pass.
Controllers to ensure the games can be played with the same style controls.
Anyway, yeah, they
from their
actually
original
did it.
releases.
Sega Genesis though is gonna be kind of cool.
Both can be used wirelessly. These controllers.
Although $50, holy moly! Actually, didn't the NES controllers also cost like $30? I was just gonna talk about. People are definitely gonna be trying to play friggin' Panel Attack with the N64 controller here. $50 though, holy moly! N64 controller isn't that good. Same thing with the Sega Genesis. Like Sega already has their line of like new Genesis like the ones you just plug and play. I just sound like I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna move on.
Be available for purchase by
$50,
any
holy
Nintendo
moly.
Switch Online member.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
We hope you'll
I've
look
got.
forward to this new membership
I already
plan.
spent a lot of
Nintendo
money
Switch Online plus expansion pack.
on like the GameCube controller and adapter
Let's
when
see
like
a
Smash
few
4
more
came out, and
Nintendo
like it
Switch
was an absolute
headlines.
pain to grab those. It wasn't that expensive, but like I'm
There's
not.
plenty to play in these
I'm
collections.
not picking up the N64 controller. No way. Shadowrun
Cyberpunk meets
trilogy.
fantasy in this 3-game collection of
Cool.
cult classic RPGs. As a Shadowrunner mercenary,
Um,
you'll explore a
I'm pretty sure
dystopian
this is all
future where
available
magic has
on
reawakened
Steam,
and fantasy creatures
but you
have
know,
come
again,
back to
it's
life.
always nice to see these games coming to
Immersive
Switch.
branching narratives, skill-based character growth, and gripping turn-based tactical combat await in Shadowrun Trilogy, launching on Nintendo Switch next year. The perpetual struggle against
Oh,
Count
they
Dracula
actually did it.
continues. Castlevania Advance Collection brings
Yeah,
together
Advance
4
Collection.
classic Castlevania games with deathly beautiful graphics
Nice
and
to
hauntingly
see
epic
these games
music.
released.
The Rewind, Quick Save,
Oh,
and
Rewind.
button
There we go.
mapping features will also ramp up your fight against evil. All regional versions of each game,
Oh, cool.
as well as a gallery mode with never-before-seen artwork, are included. Castlevania Advance Collection launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
That's cool. I haven't played a whole lot of Castlevania games. The DS has some really cool ones. I don't know how good the GBA ones were, but hey, who knows?
An almighty classic returns.
An almighty classic. Ooh, Terranigma, is that from the RPG? Oh gosh, I don't remember. Never mind.
The classic
Fillmore.
Super NES
No, never
game
mind. I just saw like the Mode
returns
7 world. You know what I'm talking about. I just saw
on
that and I'm
Nintendo
like,
Switch,
what is
now remastered
a
in HD
SNES
as the Lord of Light,
RPG
Almighty God. Only you
that
can save mankind from the
has
forces
not been
of
released
Chandra,
yet that I
the
can
Lord
think
of
of?
Dark.
Oh, so I don't think
You'll wage war
Terminator is
in
the
two
name of the game I
phases.
was thinking of.
First, strike down monsters in the side-scrolling action phase.
But
to
yeah, this
liberate the
game,
lands from the grasp of evil. Master
I
swordsmanship
forget the
and
name of this
magic
game 'cause
to
hard
vanquish
to
all who
pronounce
stand
as
in your
well.
path.
Or like it looks hard to
Then
pronounce,
cultivate
but
the
it's this
lands
game
you've
where you like
liberated in the
have like an adventure phase and a like town building
world-building
phase.
creation phase.
Did I actually play this game?
It's up to you to decide
been like,
which
"Yeah,
structures
I'm
will
good."
be destroyed to make way for new ones,
But hey,
creating
maybe
a
I-
flourishing civilization.
You know, yet another
As you do
RPG.
so, your
Like, I
powers
haven't
will
even
increase,
finished
giving you an
Cyber Sleuth
edge
yet.
both phases. Alternate between the original and rearranged versions of the beloved soundtrack.
Oh, the
and
soundtrack,
enjoy
okay.
brand new music, new stages, and new boss battles.
Yeah, I could
all
talk about
celebrated.
switching between new and old soundtrack slash
ActRaiser
visuals.
Renaissance descends onto
ActRaiser.
Nintendo Switch later today.
I always forget the name. But
A new chapter is about to
oh, there we go.
unfold.
Deltarune Chapter 2. Okay, hold on. I actually have to pause here. What was I talking about before? Oh yeah, I could talk about. I was basically going to talk about. I think the series is called Monster Boy. Like how they did like the hand-drawn art style. It's like they basically just re-released the Genesis game, but like they had a really, really, really cool new art style. But you could change between the new and old music and graphics if you're like crazy, I guess. But anyway, Deltarune Chapter. Oh yeah, that's why I paused. Because I was actually thinking of doing a Chapter 2 playthrough, but I felt kind of bad. Like, I haven't played Chapter 2 yet. I haven't spoiled myself. I haven't seen anything about Chapter 2. But I was thinking of doing a playthrough. But it felt kind of weird jumping into Chapter 2. So I am, I should say, planning a Deltarune Chapter 1 playthrough. And I was going to do it on Switch. But then I realized that Chapter 2 is not available on Switch yet. It's available only on PC. And I did ask a friend. I was like, "Hey, is it okay if I like play different versions?" And they're like, "Well, your like save carries over, although it's not that important." I was like, "Okay, so that it probably is important." It's probably not important. Like I don't think they have a lot like huge story stuff, but like just being able to like maintain like your items and stuff. So it's like, dang, well now I can't do Chapter 1 on Switch. Like I even planned out like the first like 5 or 6 episodes. But I was like, dang, I can't do the Switch version. So now I gotta do the PC version. So I gotta create an entirely new overlay. Well, not a new overlay. I didn't really make an overlay for the Switch version, so it already has like these nice borders. So I was like, yeah, that's probably good as is. But yeah, now I'm just in doubt. Do I continue? Like, do I do this on Switch or on PC? I don't know. Oh, hello there. Use Drew to bust you. Bro, spoilers! Oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna have to freaking skip through this. Okay, hold on. I'm like literally talking about how I haven't seen anything. Oh, actually, hold on, that was kind of important. Chapter 1 and 2. Available today? Gosh dang it. Okay, well, I guess I'm re-scrapping. No, I guess it's a good thing, because now okay. That's one more layout that will never see the light of day. But, there we go. I was talking about how I'm not spoiling myself. Dude! Come on, Toby Fox. Why do you have to spoil me? I don't know. I guess I saw my live reaction to being spoiled. I mean, it wasn't really spoiled. I don't think. I'm sure if I, like, looked back and actually paid attention, I would be spoiled. I just kind of saw stuff that was not the color black and kind of just skipped through it all. But yeah, okay, I guess, yeah, we'll do our playthrough on Switch. And I guess I don't have, I mean, I figured it'd take a while for them to put Chapter 2 on Switch. I didn't think it'd be like less than a week. Or has it been a week already? I don't know. Like, I really did not think it'd be this soon. So, dang, more stuff I need to do very, very soon. Anyway. But yeah, I guess I will be doing that playthrough on Switch. I guess this, like, the roundup will show, like, Room Factory 5. Is it 5? I forget what number they're on. I assume that was it. That was being shown off. Showing the Aftermath. Holiday 2021, which is kind of soon. SMT 5. I know some people are very excited for that. Rackfest. So I think I called one of the first game that was here. I think I just said the name of the developer. Room Factory 5. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Also, Arcade Archives.
How's everything? There are still a
someone
few more
who will be
announcements
very,
in
very
today's
happy
Nintendo
to see that.
Direct.
Koizumi-san,
Oh, Miyamoto-san.
Hey, it's
What brings
Miyamoto.
you in?
I wanted to make an announcement, so I was hoping
We
I
don't
could
see
step in.
Miyamoto very much, actually. That's kind of interesting. That's a huge topic for another day.
Oh, of course.
Like, we only see him when it's, like, actually important.
Hi everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. We've previously announced that I have been working with the Hollywood movie studio Illumination and
Oh, they're
its
gonna talk
CEO
more about the
and
Mario movie.
producer.
Oh yeah, I didn't think it kind of makes sense they would talk about the Mario movie. I'm very excited for the Mario movie. Like, super duper excited. I know they said like Charles Martinet was like not voicing Mario, and then like now they made him sign like another NDA, so he's not saying anything. So I'm kind of confused. I hope Charles Martinet is like voicing Mario, but that also means he has to voice all the other Mario characters, and like half the voice acting cast is going to be just Charles Martinet, which is not a bad thing necessarily. But although my prediction is that it's not going to be like a day in the life of Mushroom King. I imagine it's going to be like another like origin like story. Like we'll see Mario and Luigi in like Brooklyn. It's like Mario. I'm trying my best to not invoke the Super Mario Super Show, but that's kind of why I envision it. It will be just like an origin story, and then they go on an adventure. I guess kind of like, I don't know if anyone has seen like the very like anime Mario movie where he like wears yellow and blue. Never mind. I'm just gonna keep it
Chris
going.
Meledandri-san. who are known for movies like Despicable Me and Sing, in making a full-length animated
I haven't seen
Mario
Sing,
movie
but I'm
for
a
the
big
screen.
fan of the original Despicable.
Today, I wanted to announce its theatrical release timing. Ta-da!
Holiday 2022.
The movie will be released in
So a little bit
theaters
more
on
than a year.
holiday 2022. The release date for North America
But the fact that we don't know
is December
anything about the movie is
21st,
like
and we'll be announcing
pretty
release
exciting.
dates for Japan, Europe, and other regions at a later timing. It'll be a while longer until we can share a glimpse of Mario in action.
Why are they
on the
not?
big
What?
screen.
That doesn't make
Today,
sense
I
to
also
me. But
wanted to reveal our key cast members who will be voicing
I don't know.
Mario
I'm also
and his
not a
friends
huge
in the
like,
movie.
not super in the know of like logistics on movie. Why is it releasing later in Japan? What did they like misunderstood? Did I mishear that? They said it's not releasing in Japan. I guess, although actually, I guess in the Japanese version, like if they are having Charles Martinet, like obviously Charles Martinet will like voice the English version, but I guess they need to find new voice actors for the other versions. I guess they haven't really had to do in all the Mario games, so maybe that's why it's releasing in English first. But also, I would imagine they would make extra effort to make sure it releases in Japan worldwide. Like, I'm trying to think, is it just the voice acting? That's like the only thing I think of that would need a huge delay. Also, we don't know how delayed it might be able to be like a release is a week later in Japan or something. Anyway, that's just so strange to me. But also, I don't really know a whole lot about the movie. Interesting.
First,
Chris
of
Pratt.
course,
Oh,
is
so it's
Mario,
not Charles Martinet.
who will be played by Chris Pratt. He's so cool. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie. Please look forward to Mario as performed by the very
Not
talented
Charles
Chris
Martinet
Sun.
though. That's huge. That's huge.
Next, Princess Peach will be played by Anya Taylor-Joy. I can't wait to see a very spirited Princess Peach.
I wonder. I know they have a habit of switching out
Mario's little brother, Luigi, will be played by
Peach's
Charlie Day.
voice actor.
I'm excited for you to see this
But yeah, I'm
timid
not seeing
sibling
Charles
appear on
Martinet. It's gonna be
screen.
quite the experience.
Bowser will be
Hey,
played by
Jack
the one
Black
and
as-
only Jack Black. I'm
Jack
expecting
Black
a
as
monster
Bowser.
performance by Jack's son. The comedian Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad.
Toad, singular.
I'm looking forward to great comedic moments.
No.
Even though this is a Mario movie, Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance.
Oh,
He will be
wait. No,
played by Seth Rogen.
now I'm quite.
I'm eager
Like,
for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth's son.
yeah, now I'm like very intrigued.
And of course, Charles Martinet, who has voiced Mario and many more Nintendo characters in our games over the years, is also involved
He's involved.
and will be appearing in surprise cameos in the movie. We also have
Whoa. Hold on. First of all, are they gonna introduce a new character? Like, I imagine obviously there are gonna be like new characters, but are they gonna like add this new character voiced by Charles Martinet to like every single like Mario Golf? Anyway, Spike. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I know it was reported that this guy he said he was voicing Spike, and I imagined it was going to be the Spike from Wrecking Crew, which is another reason why I think it's going to be an origin story. But now Donkey Kong's in here. This is really interesting, because when they said Donkey Kong, I was like, oh, okay, is it like kind of like the what's the game called? Like Donkey Kong 90 whatever year it released in, like. It's gonna be like, oh, you know, Mario is like handling Donkey Kong, and then he goes to the Mushroom Kingdom. But no, Cranky Kong's in here. So like, that's obviously not going to be it. Now I'm like very genuinely curious.
more incredible talent joining.
I mean, I was
the
already
group to play
excited.
Some of our other beloved characters. That is all I can share with you today about the Mario movie.
Yeah, dang.
This is
As
a
if I
very
wasn't excited
collaborative
enough already.
project
Definitely some
between
interesting
Illumination
things
and
gonna be happening.
Nintendo. We've all been coming up with all sorts of ideas, and I myself am enjoying a creative process that is a little bit different from making games. It may be a while until we can share more updates, but I hope you'll look forward to it. Koizumi-san, back to you.
There we go.
Please look forward to Mario's adventure.
I'm trying to think, like, is there anything I want to express? Like, I'm very excited. I was excited, but I guess now I'm not excited. Like, I'm still excited. Still not sure why it's not releasing another. Why is it not releasing in Japan? What did I like actually say that, or I just misheard that, or like I know like that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, is it just the I like how I unpause and then literally next second pause? Is it just the voice acting? I don't know. Like, now I'm just like I'm very curious. I don't know if that's like the norm.
Next, we'd like to show
I also
you
don't.
this.
Again, we don't know how long the delay is. It's not like they said it's gonna be like several months later or something like that. Splatoon 3. There we go. I can tell just by loading screen. No Breath of the Wild 2 though. Maybe Breath of the Wild 2 is like not even close to being finished. Maybe they put Breath of the Wild 2 a little too early. Oh, that's a special. I thought that was a sub. The mini crab. Well, that might just be. It might also be a. It might be two things: the mini crab and the incredible crab. I'm a huge fan of Splatoon. I don't know if I've mentioned this. Like, I played. I played a lot of Splatoon 1, and my story with Splatoon 2 is very interesting. Maybe I'll share that out sometime. But I'm a huge Splatoon fan. I'm very excited for Splatoon 3. I'm very interested because they're gonna have to do a lot. Because like, if Splatoon 3 is bad, people will just like keep on playing Splatoon 2. I'm very excited. Spoiler that a lot of that story with Splatoon 2 is like the competitive side. I'm trying to like. I'll just stop talking. Ooh, okay, a barrier special. Hold on, did I read that right? Was that like a huge like second map, or is that just like the entering animation? Yeah, okay, so they throw up. It's kind of like when you throw sprinklers on the sea. It's like they throw it up and then like a shield comes down. I'm not game explain. I'm not gonna like comb through all this footage, but like I'm kind of. Yeah, so they're in there. Is that like? Oh no. That was clearly a fade. So I was like, oh, they got like a grappling hook special. So I know some people were worried about like Splatoon 3, all the maps being like apocalypse themed. I really did not think that would be the case, but I guess confirmation is always nice. Again, I'm not gonna come through it. I could just stand here coming through all the footage, but yeah, I'm not. I'm very excited. Are these like ancient Octarians or like? Oh, are we like traveling the world? Again, I'm not gonna come through all these. Splatoon lore is like, oh, so. Like, hold on, what was that? Throw something, captures another thing. I don't know what either of those two things were. Okay, well, Squizzers are back. Hold on, can we get a quick look? Who is pilot? Is that the player? Sorry, there's like they made a button. Oh, I can't really get a good look at who's in that. Or maybe we could. I don't know. That looked like I assume that might have been DJ Octavio because I saw it for a split second like a green. I thought it was a hand. That's definitely like is like. Oh, what's it called? The thing he puts on the turntable. Anyway, Splatoon 3. And actually, is this the site Is this like a prequel game? No. Surely takes place after. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm very excited for this game. Oh, mammalians. Okay, so it is like ancient Octarians. I didn't really. I just said ancient Octarians. I like did not explain that at all. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm very excited, but I could talk about Splatoon 3 all day. Predictions. The lore is so crazy.
Can transform into humanoid form. What you just saw was the latest research footage.
I do like how they always roleplay. Like, they're never news updates. They're updates from the Squid Research Lab.
Splatoon 3 takes place in Splatsville. It's known as the city of chaos.
Yeah, because
Centered
they won
around
Splatfest.
Splatsville are the Splatlands, a place long inhabited by advanced sea creatures such as squids and octopuses. Buildings spanning several generations are crammed into the city, creating its distinctive culture.
I believe the correct term
In
is
the Splatlands, turf war appears to be a popular activity. Its basic rules are unchanged. 2 4-player teams compete against each other to ink the most gold. However, the trend seems to have undergone a major shift, with the existence of new main and special weapons confirmed in the
yeah, did they get rid of MPU? Or not MPU, they didn't need to get rid of MPU. They need to get rid of
activities from story
damage
mode,
up
the single
on
player
MPU.
campaign.
I don't know how they...
Of the
I like how they underline.
Meaning the reappearance of mammals.
So... That's Agent 3. And then our new agent, I like how it's like a soda can. That's funny. Okay, they are distinct characters. Okay, I wasn't really sure. What was I saying before that? Which one of the mammalians? All right, I was gonna complain about damage up on MPU. They realized damage up was a problem, and then they didn't put it in Splatoon 2, and then they brought it back like...
Appears to be the theme of story mode this time around.
Anyway, sorry.
What could this possibly mean in a world where all mammals, except for 2 cats, have vanished?
Oh, that's right! Yeah, because there are no mammals, except for Judd and Little Judd, and who knows what other shenanigans the professor pulled. Huh, I didn't really, that kind of just flew over my head. Like, canonically, Judd and Little Judd are the only 2 mammals in existence. Are they? I don't know. Because there are mammals that live in the sea. So, yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Appears that there's still a lot to uncover.
I don't know. Like, I'm very interested for the sake of the lore.
Once more results become
Again, I could talk about Splatoon all day.
Please look forward to more Splatoon 3.
I was wondering if they would like come up with a new pose like for Splatoon 2. Whatever. Like, you either know what you're talking about or you don't. Why am I like trying to explain everything? The pose for Splatoon 2 was like really cheesy. And like what's his name did it all the time. He's like literally on screen. I can't remember his name. I was wondering if they would. I really did not think they would do a new pose because like how do you do a 3? But there you go. That's how you do a 3.
Updates to come. See you next time.
Okay, very, very excited for Splatoon 3.
What did you think?
Yeah, what did I think?
Splatoon 3 taking place in a new
they
world
covered all of
is
my
scheduled to
predictions. I
release
mean,
in
I guess they didn't throw
2022.
Breath of the Wild 2, but that just tells me that
Please look forward to future updates.
when they said Breath of the Wild 2 was in development, they probably like they just started development.
Show you today. Please take a look.
Like they haven't shown off anything, so. Ooh. Platinum, and I didn't quite catch the other one. But yeah, in Shibuya. Nowadays, when I see Shibuya, I'm like tempted to just say the world ends with you. No, that's not true. I just have not played the world ends with you, or Neo. and I've not spoiled myself at all. Borderlands with You for the DS is like arguably my favorite game of all time. But again, I have quite a backlog of RPGs, so I haven't gotten around to playing Neo. But I'm looking excited. Looking forward. I'm looking excited. I'm looking forward, and I am very excited to play Neo. But again, I just have not gotten to it. Oh wait, is this Bayonetta 3? It like just clicked with me. No, it's not Bayonetta 3. It's freaking, what's the name? New IP released on Switch. Oh no, it is Bayonetta 3. Why do you think that dog was from the other franchise? Astral Chain. Now I'm confusing the dog with a different thing.
It seems I'm unfashionably late, but I'm ready to give you everything you want.
There you go. Bayonetta 3, for those who've been wondering. For some reason, I thought that dog dude was from Astral Chain. I don't know. Maybe it is and it's a cameo. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. But yeah, Bayonetta 3. I'm not a huge fan of... Well, I'm not a huge fan of like these Devil May Cry combo. Well, I don't know if it's Devil May Cry is like the most apt comparison, but like these games where, you know, it's combat and you're trying to, you know, press the correct, you know, the way they're designed is like you could just mash buttons win game, like where you're trying to build up each combo and, you know, get the best score. Like those kinds of games are not exactly my cup of tea. Yeah, raid. I'm trying to like not say raid battle because there's a giant monster. Does not make it a raid battle, but yeah, I'm not excited for this game. I kind of don't care, but I know a lot of people are very excited for this game. There we go, and they tell you who's developing, like who specifically are like the directors. That's a cool thing about games nowadays. We kind of care who's working on them. Person who is probably very important to the lore, but I don't know because I haven't played the game.
What you just saw was the latest trailer for Bayonetta 3. We announced this game in 2017, and we thank you for your
I just didn't play
patience.
Astral Chain in
This
case
game
that was
will
not
launch
apparent.
next year. We hope you look forward to Bayonetta's new encounters. That's all for today's.
I was gonna say,
Nintendo
is that
Direct.
the end? Because you know, there's not a
Thank
whole
you
lot
for
here. I
watching.
imagine this little bit is like, you know, this is the I've been pausing, but this is like the live broadcast, so you know they have a little bit at the end where it's like, thanks for watching, and they just leave it at the screen for like 5 minutes. Yeah. So thoughts overall. They announced Splatoon 3. They talked about Dread. And once again, they bamboozled me by instead of talking about Breath of the Wild 2, they talked about Hyrule Warriors. It's not called Hyrule Warriors 2. Calamity of something. Age of Calamity. I think that's the name of the game, Age of Calamity. So yeah. Overall, oops, a lot of stuff I don't care about. But again, I'm already pretty happy with how things are now. Oh gosh, I don't... When did this thing start?
Become a hero.
Okay, yeah, I just want to like... what's the word? Not scrub. That's the word I'm looking for. Just like scrub through. I haven't yet attacked my Monster Hunter. I'm not don't care super duper much about that.
Experience for
They talked about
Tonight in Horrorland.
Mario Party. I am excited. Not super duper excited about that. I'll probably pick it up if all my friends do. At least the cards. I'm very excited. Not super duper excited. Also, I just realized like the cards wiggle. As you know.
Everything in this realm is
yeah, I see this as yet another Square Enix RPG with a new aesthetic, which is not a bad thing at all.
Nintendo eShop. Get entangled.
Talked about this game. We talked about Hyrule Warriors.
Engine customization
Oh right, this game I don't even care about. Anyway, yeah, I just assumed.
He'll also show you how to use this fighter, so please.
We'll also show. Okay, so I think they.
Sakurai presents video.
Okay, they probably did say that. This like. They're not going to reveal. I just kind of interpreted it as the new reveal.
He'll also show you how to use this fighter, so please look forward to it. It's been about 3 years since the game was next.
Yeah, and then they talked about Kirby. Oh, I gotta like clip that. I know this is not a Twitch stream, but like me saying, you know, you could totally fool me and say this is the new Kirby game, and then like 2 seconds later, it's just the title. Oh boy, yeah, I'm very excited for Kirby. I can talk. Worry about that. Okay, so I'm not gonna watch this trailer again. I could I could be here a while, but yeah, Kirby happened, and then Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Is that? There's no way that's going to be the title screen or like the logo, right? Like there's definitely another component to this they haven't revealed, and then they're gonna add it in later. Kind of like how Final Fantasy. Well, in Final Fantasy they like. Never mind. If you know how you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they talk about Kirby. I'm excited for that. Animal Crossing. That's right. There's a direct in October something. Just in October.
Since its launch
I'm kind of curious what they'll talk about that, because I don't feel like there's a whole lot to talk about unless it's like the cafe is very in depth. Because I know in New Leaf, like they basically added an entire layer to all the characters, like, you know. And again, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't worry about it. Like all the characters have like their archetype, like they're a jock, or they're cute, or they're, you know, stuff like that. And you know, on top of that, in New Leaf, they have like their preferences, which, you know, you can just look them up, unless you feel like talking to them, and then like the one time they say what they like, you write it down on a piece of like, no, just look it up. So, you know, it could be in depth, you know, that's how it was in New Leaf. But like, is it really that in depth that they have to talk about it in an entire direct? Like, I don't know. Unless it's like a 15-minute direct, they could probably fit in a 15-minute direct. Like, hey, here's the cafe, and hey, here's some new furniture, and hey, here's some upcoming holidays, and hey, here's some new furniture for those upcoming holidays. Or like, I don't know.
We'll go over the please be on. Let's move.
Yeah, let's move on. That's right, Super Rush, which I don't care about. Magical World 2, care about. Knights of the Old Republic, don't care about. I'm being a little bit harsh when I say I don't care about any of these, but yeah.
The game has been fine-tuned controls.
Also, do they like put a reveal date, or are they just showing us like development
and streamlined game flow and loading times?
Like saying, hey, look at all these features. Hey, what do you know? They're strangely similar to the ones you suggested to us.
Splendid. Triangle Strategy will launch on Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
it was.
March
They
4th,
did a good story.
2022.
March 4th. So
Pre-orders
yeah.
begin today.
Yeah, Dread. I'm very excited for. It got there's a lot of games, good games coming out. I don't have time to play them all. So
New membership.
gotta get going. That's right. N64. I think I already talked a lot about N64 and Genesis as well.
Online expansion.
Yeah, Shadowrun, Castlevania as well. This game.
War in 2 phases. First,
actually, if this game is like super cheap, I might just. What am I saying? Like, I'm literally talking about how I have way too many games to play. And I'm like, well, you know, if it's a good price, I might pick it up. Oh yeah, this is kind of big for me. Again, skipping through all this. I know one person who's going to be really happy to see Pac-Man for the bajillionth time on Switch. Room Factory 5 is coming, and then talk about the movie. I kind of talked already about a lot of like big name actors. I guess that's what you get for dealing with Illumination. Still not sure why it's getting delayed. Again, it might be a small delay. I don't know. Splatoon 3, I'm not going to talk about because I could talk about it all day. And then Bayonetta, yeah. So that was it. So I'll just pause it there. Yeah, overall pretty positive. I got more things, you know. I don't usually like say, you know, this direct was terrible and that stuff, because if there was nothing you don't care about, you know, nothing bad happens. Like tons of games get released. Like it's not like people have nothing better to do. Like, no one's forcing you to play upcoming games. I guess, you know, every once in a while, like if they showed off a cheap Robo and it was like another bad platformer, like I guess I could get a little mad, but but like usually I'm not too negative about directs. But yeah, how long has this been going on? I might just end it here. An hour and a half. Yeah, that's like good progress. Yeah, I'll end it here. Thank you all so much for watching. I don't know, look forward to Deltarune playthrough soon, TM, hopefully actually soon, and the music channel update. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye, take care.